Have you ever wondered why Japanese women can enjoy full meals, rice, miso soup, even dessert, and still stay so effortlessly slim? Meanwhile, you count every calorie, try every diet, and still feel like you're chasing the impossible. What if the secret isn't in eating less, but in living differently? Today, I'll take you into the quiet, beautiful rhythm of a typical Japanese morning, where health isn't a punishment, but a habit woven into daily life. And by the end of this video, you might realize it's not about restrictions or rules, but something far more gentle and more powerful. Let's begin. I used to believe that to lose weight, I had to give up all the foods I loved. No bread, no rice, no flavor, just bland salads and protein bars that left me hungry 2 hours later. But then I traveled to Japan, and everything I thought I knew about eating changed. There, I saw women in their 50s and 60s gracefully riding bicycles, walking to the market, glowing with energy. They weren't skipping meals. In fact, they were eating rice, soup, pickles, even dessert. And yet, they looked fit, healthy, and at peace with their bodies. I couldn't stop wondering, what are they doing differently? How can they eat full meals and still stay slim, even with age? This question led me to observe, ask, and even try living like them. And what I found was not a diet. It was a way of life, a quiet discipline, a cultural rhythm that puts health at the center without obsession. In this video, I'll walk you through the 8 habits I discovered. They've changed the way I eat, live, and feel in my own body. And maybe they'll do the same for you. It all begins before the sun rises. In many Japanese households, the day starts quietly at 5 a.m., not with a rush to check emails, not with an intense workout, but with the simple ritual of boiling rice, heating miso soup, and preparing food for the family. It's calm, purposeful, and it sets the tone for the entire day. Waking up early gives these women something most of us crave: time. Time to move slowly, to stretch gently, to begin the day on their own terms. There's no frantic rushing, no skipping breakfast, no grabbing a muffin on the way out the door. And that makes a world of difference. Studies have shown that early risers tend to eat healthier, feel more energized, and maintain better weight management, especially as we age. If you're over 50, like many of you watching this, you know how hard it can be to get your energy back. But what if just shifting your morning by 30 minutes could restore not just your health, but your sense of balance? In Japan, mornings aren't a chore. They're a sanctuary. And that's the first step to living lighter, not just in body, but in spirit. In Japan, breakfast isn't an afterthought. It's a ceremony of nourishment. A typical morning plate? A bowl of steaming rice, miso soup with tofu and seasonal vegetables, a slice of grilled fish or a soft tamagoyaki, Japanese omelet, and perhaps a small dish of pickles to awaken the senses. It's simple, yes, but balanced in a way that few Western breakfasts ever are. No sugary cereals, no butter-drenched pancakes, no coffee on an empty stomach. Instead, you get complex carbs for sustained energy, fiber to feed your gut, protein to support your muscles, and fermented foods to heal your digestion. Here's the part that surprised me. This kind of breakfast keeps you full for hours. You don't find yourself reaching for snacks at 10 a.m. You don't get that crash before lunch. And for women over 50, who often struggle with blood sugar swings or fatigue, this kind of grounding meal can be life-changing. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that consuming more calories in the morning and fewer at night improves metabolism, supports weight control, and even helps with sleep. No wonder the Japanese say, "Eat like a king in the morning, a prince at noon, and a pauper at night." Maybe it's time we stop fearing carbs and start honoring the meal that sets the tone for our day. No calorie counting, no portion control apps, no guilt. Instead, Japanese women rely on something we've all been born with, but many of us have forgotten. Their hunger cues. They eat when they're hungry. They stop when they're full. and they don't snack out of boredom, stress, or habit. In the West, food often becomes an emotional crutch, a reward after a long day, a way to cope when life feels too much. But in Japanese culture, meals are moments of mindfulness. Even if it's just 10 minutes with a bowl of rice and pickles, they sit, they breathe, they taste. It's called hara hachi bu, an Okinawan phrase that means eat until you're 80% full. Not stuffed, not starving, just satisfied. And guess what? This simple mindset doesn't just support digestion and weight. It also protects us from the stress that comes with constant dieting. For those of us in midlife, this gentle approach to food, where meals are guided by body wisdom, not diet trends, might be the most powerful shift of all. Because eating shouldn't feel like punishment. It should feel like peace. If there's one quiet superstar in the Japanese diet, it's fermented food. Think miso paste, natto, fermented soybeans, soy sauce, pickled vegetables. They might not look glamorous, but they're doing powerful work beneath the surface. These foods feed the gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria in our digestive system that influence everything from weight to mood to immunity. A balanced gut isn't just good for digestion. It can boost your metabolism, control blood sugar, and even regulate hormones, especially important for women in midlife and beyond. One study from the British Medical Journal found that people who consume more fermented foods had significantly lower belly fat and better insulin sensitivity, both key factors in maintaining a healthy weight. And what's more, these foods are everyday staples in Japan. A spoonful of miso in the soup, a scoop of natto over rice, a few slices of tsukemono, pickled radish, on the side. They don't treat gut health like a trend. It's just part of the meal, passed down from grandmother to mother to child. And it's this quiet, consistent support for the gut that keeps their bodies and their minds light. So if you've been struggling with bloating, fatigue, or stubborn weight gain, maybe it's not about eating less. Maybe it's about feeding what matters most, the unseen ecosystem within you. Here's something you won't see much of in Japan. Women in their 50s doing intense cardio at the gym. And yet they're moving constantly. Every day they walk their children to school, they bike to the market, they sweep the floor, hang the laundry, tend the plants. Not because it burns calories, but because it's part of life. This quiet movement is called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and it accounts for up to 15% of your daily calorie burn. It's not flashy, but it works. In Tokyo, where public transport is king, people average over 7,000 steps a day without ever setting foot in a gym. Compare that to the US, now where long commutes, desk jobs, and car culture often reduce our daily steps to under 3,000. And especially for those of us over 50 who may face joint issues, fatigue, or busy schedules, this low-impact movement is a gentle, sustainable way to stay strong. You don't need expensive gear. You don't need an app. You just need a reason to move and a lifestyle that makes it natural. So the next time you think, I don't have time to exercise, remember, you don't need to exercise. You just need to live like a Japanese woman. In Japan, dinner isn't the biggest meal of the day. It's the quietest. While many of us in the West wind down with a large, heavy dinner, pasta, meat, wine, dessert, Japanese women are serving warm vegetable soups, light rice dishes, steamed fish, and always something fermented. It's not about deprivation. It's about digestibility. They eat around 6 or 7 p.m., early enough to give the body time to rest and process. No indigestion, no heartburn, no restless sleep, and there's science behind it. Eating late has been linked to increased blood sugar, fat storage, and poor sleep quality. But shifting your largest meal to earlier in the day and choosing lighter options at night supports metabolism and helps the body repair overnight. It's also about rhythm. Japanese meals follow a natural flow, hearty in the morning, balanced at noon, and calming at night. This rhythm doesn't shock the body, it soothes it. And for those of us navigating menopause, slower metabolism, or chronic fatigue, this small change can make a big difference. Dinner doesn't have to be a feast. It can be a kindness. A warm bowl of miso, some soft rice, a few pickled vegetables. It's enough. And sometimes, it's more than enough. So what's the secret? Is it the rice? The miso soup? The early mornings? Maybe. But more than anything, it's the rhythm. A rhythm built not on rules, but on respect. For the body, for the moment, and for the food. Japanese women don't chase diets. They don't obsess over macros. They don't punish themselves with extremes. Instead, they live with gentle consistency. They nourish, move, pause, and listen. And over time, these small habits become a powerful harmony, keeping them strong, light, and grounded through every season of life. If you take away just one thing from this video, let it be this. Health doesn't have to be hard. It just has to be daily. So maybe tomorrow you'll wake up 15 minutes earlier. Maybe you'll cook yourself a simple warm breakfast. Maybe you'll take a walk after dinner. Maybe you'll eat until you're satisfied, not full, just one change. That's all it takes to begin a new rhythm. Are you ready to live a little more like them? Not perfectly, but purposefully? Let me know in the comments. And if this video sparked something in you, please share it with someone who might need this gentle reminder too.